That's my dance move right there. That's my dance move when I was in high school. The problem was I had braces, so I talked like this. I'd walk up and go, hello, ladies. Would you like to see some of my sexy dance moves? Looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening. That's what I did. Some people say that's a sprinkler. Back then it was the spitter. I'm not allowed in my church. They don't like my ideas. They didn't like it when I told them they should make more money. They'd make a lot of money if they just baptized people at the fair in a Dunkin' booth. It'd be awesome. Have the preacher out front. 3 tries for $1. Who wants to sink a sinner? Awesome. People be lined up, little kids be all happy. I'm eating funnel cake and saving souls, Dad. And I'm not making fun of church. I'm not. I'm just saying, stop putting your flyers on my vehicle. It don't work. I don't see your flyer until I'm driving, and then I gotta turn on the windshield wiper. And then the game starts. Like steer and catch, steer and catch. And we all know how that game ends, don't we? I hit another car, and then I flip upside down, then my car catches on fire, I scream, God damn it, and go to hell. Then they're like, what'd you do? Like, I didn't accept Jesus into my car. I'm just not religious, and it ain't my fault. When I was a little kid, my mom and dad said, close your eyes, Dale, and say grace. And when I opened them, they were gone. I'm spiritual. You know what spiritual means? That means I believe in God, but I don't want to get out of bed before noon on Sunday. That's what spiritual means. It's just another word for snooze button. And don't get uppity, because we've all been there. I don't care who you are, what day you go to church. On that day, you wake up religious. You're ready for it. You're like, religious and spiritual. And I tried to explain that to my church, and all that did was jumpstart the exorcism. They flicked holy water on me, which is supposed to burn. I don't know. I'm a country boy. I grew up on well water. That burns. You drink a gallon of well water, and you're going to find out what killed the dinosaurs. Well water wiped them out, and they couldn't, their arms were too short. They couldn't reach the well. That's a dinosaur. They had short arms and asthma. Because they couldn't get their inhaler up to their mouth. Right? So they'd spray it up in the air and then try to catch it. And that went on for 1 million years, and then that evolved, and that is why women run into perfume. Can I get an amen? Amen. You guys are ready to drink the Kool-Aid. Here's something I never thought I'd say out loud. I got picked for jury duty. I know, apparently that murder trial needed a comedian. And then stupid, and they wouldn't let me out of it. I went to the lawyer, I go, why am I here? I'm a comic, I'm not gonna be helpful. And they're like, what do you think, jury number 4? Knock, knock. I would like to approach the bench and tell a wiener joke, Your Honor. Yes, I can do a puppet show. The only thing I liked about jury duties, every time the lawyer made a really good point, I waited till that courtroom went dead quiet, and then I did that Law and Order thing. Dun dun. I know. I did that like 4 times. I shouldn't be here. Then it was all over and the judge wanted to talk to me. Just me. Everybody else was dismissed. He's like, can I speak to you for a minute, Mr. Jones? And in my head, I think I'm going to jail. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to learn to play cornhole. Then he goes, could you come back next week? You really sped things up. And it did go quick. This was a murder trial. We're about 7 days into it. And apparently I got on the guy's nerves because he just stood up and went, I did it! I did it all! I did some stuff you don't know about. Just get me away from this idiot. I'll take myself out, Judge. Where's the light socket? I'll lick it. I don't know if you've ever traveled the country on crutches, but here's what happens at the airport. You get off the plane, little cart pulls up, takes you to the next plane, because they don't want to wait an hour while your dumbass is going, I'm coming, I'm coming. So this old dude, Minneapolis Airport, this old man pulls up in a cart to give me a ride. And he wasn't just old, rigor mortis was his passenger. And he comes up and he goes, hey! Then he told me he was there to take me to my next thing, but the horn didn't work on his cart. So I'm going to have to yell at people to get the hell out of the way. You still want to go? Hell yes, I want to go. It's going to be better than Disney. So, and I thought he would just say, excuse me, cart going through, please excuse me. No, the sumbitch tried to impersonate a horn. You need a ride? I'm in the cart with you, sir. I'd like to say it looked like a one-man dipshit parade, but I was with him. So like any good parade, I start throwing candy. We're going to the hospital. You know what happens when you stop drinking whiskey every day? You feel better, and you look better, and you make better decisions. And you know what else it does? It ruins your comedy career. Let's just be honest here. Nobody in this room wants to hear about the night I went to bed early and woke up refreshed. Nobody will be out front talking about that. You know, what was your favorite joke? I liked it when he talked about paying his taxes on time. Nobody wants to hear that, right? You came here to hear the nightmare stories. You want to hear shit that makes you feel better about you. That's why you came here. You came here, you sat her down, you said, you think I'm fucked up? Watch this shit. Yeah, not so bad now, huh? Every night, couples come up to me. Thank you. We're going to renew our vows. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear the nightmare shit that like when I woke up one morning and my head was in the refrigerator. Because I was so drunk the night before, I was reaching for orange juice, and apparently OJ makes me woozy. And when I woke up the next morning, there was a slice of cheese stuck to my face. Because I don't know if you remember, but I like cheese. So now I'm looking in the mirror and I'm peeling the cheese off, right? And that was my bottom. That's when I hit the bottom point. I was like, shit, I gotta stop drinking orange juice. Now I'm a country boy, obviously. I grew up in a rural community, and the problem with living in a rural community is I can't say the word rural. I've never been able to say it. Roar, roar. It makes me think maybe my dog didn't know how to talk, and he was trying to teach me. Roar! Roar! Roar, 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 roar! You know what? You poop outside. Yeah. Here's where it gets weird. My home address was Route 1. And I found out if you say that 5 times fast, you sound like Scooby-Doo, and your teacher will hold you back a year. Dude, I used to practice. I don't think he's ready for the 3rd grade. We lived way out in the country. We had like 10 acres out in the boonies, and we had electric fence all around the property, and I was outside all day, just run. And then when the lights would dim in the house, Dad knew I hit the fence. Yeah. I know. What he didn't know is I was checking for weak spots. And before you start thinking that I'm not ADD or any of that other stuff, because I went to school in the 70s and 80s, and back then they didn't have that stuff. They just called you stupid. Heard that every day. Quit acting stupid, go sit in the hallway. And I learned more in that hallway than I ever learned from Mrs. Steinman. Here's what I learned. I learned if you take a pencil and you put a piece of gum on the end of it and you throw it up on the ceiling and watch it, after a while, you're going to need an eye patch. Next time you come to a show, you bring tools. You understand me, sir? The economy has affected the equipment here. I know what's going to fix this economy, but the president won't take my call. He didn't like the way I voted. And when I was voting, I kept ripping the curtain open and going, "We're out of toilet paper." And then I filled in all the dots to spell out Dale. You know what's going to fix this economy? One word: prostitution. There's some ladies out of work right there. All right, I'm ready to go. I can tell there's married men, though. You didn't move an inch, sir. You're like, shut up. She's looking right at me. I'm just here for a show. Ex-nay on the Austin Pussentay. Austin Pussentay. I just got Rosetta Stone for Pig Latin. You need to slow down a little more. One lady. He is quite brisk. These jokes are whipping by me. It's making me chilly. I need a comedy show. I think it'd be awesome. Prostitution legal. And not for the dirty stuff. I just want to watch the news and see how it's progressing. Be a good report right there. Today in the stock market, poontang's up 1.5 points. Poontang. That's the greatest word ever. It is. That sounds like a word you should holler when you jump out of an airplane. Just poontang! And then pray you land in it. Now we got one person. All right. Now you're talking my lingo. I want a vagina trampoline. I don't know what that is either, but I'd buy that workout video. That is a great word, though. I think everybody should use that word, no matter where you work. You know, like, thank you for calling Pizza Hut, and hey, you have a poontang day. And of course you're going to get fired, but you're going to sell a lot of pizza. You're going to have some happy customers. 7 in the morning, they're going to be at your front door. I want an extra large poontang. Hell yeah, I got